Hey friends, TexAgs Rewind, how are you? I need to start talking with a smile again like I used to do on television. Hello friends and welcome to TexAgs Rewind. Feels so weird. Hey, Nick, so on the show, and by the way, Nick Savage is our director, producer extraordinaire. Obi and I kind of went through what we thought of teams on A&M's schedule in 2022, what we thought of them before the season, and who they turned out to be. Any of that catch your attention on what ended up being the final verdict?
Yeah, the disappointing part is a lot of those teams turned out to be not as good as we had hoped. Miami definitely didn't turn out as well. App State obviously didn't turn out to be as good as we'd hoped they'd be. But I mean, LSU finished the season pretty strong. They won their bowl game, like 63-7 or something like that. So that's a big win. Just a little disappointing overall, but it was interesting to kind of dive in and see how all those teams finished up.
Yeah, well, I wonder if we analyzed Mike Evans' career at Texas A&M, and then we analyzed his career at the NFL. What we'd be saying the same thing because he was great always. That's what we'd be saying, and we talked about that with John Harris, the professor, Texan Sideline reporter. We talked about Mike Evans. We also did a little recruiting country with Ryan Brauninger. Big week. Transfer guys coming into town. We'll be interested to see how that all shakes out. Go to TexAgs.com to find out who may be on campus this week. There could be guys. You have to be a premium subscriber to see all that info. Also, Ainias Smith. We did a player spotlight on him with Chris Taylor. And if this guy decides to come back, good things are coming. Good things. What would be your pitch to Ainias Smith? Write it down below. Here's TexAgs Rewind. Sam Houston, probably worse than I thought they'd be.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be better. I mean, I thought A&M would win the game, but Sam Houston's been an FCS powerhouse for so long, and they didn't have the same kind of season that they've had in the last 5 or 6 years.
They finished the season 5-4. The next one is difficult to talk about because they beat A&M, and I was praying that App State was going to be a 10-win team, and that told us more about A&M than what it ended up being. But was App State were they better than you thought? And regardless of how the game against A&M went.
They lost to Texas State.
Mm-hmm.
That's an indictment on A&M. Appalachian State was not as good as I thought.
I agree.
They still beat Texas A&M.
Yep.
That was a coaching disaster at the highest level.
Can't argue there. Really.
When you're a head coach and you see your quarterback just playing just struggling, and you don't make a move, why else do you have other guys on? That one was on Jimbo Fisher. There's no other way around it. That was a coaching failure at the highest order.
App State finished the season 6-6. The next one, you and I may differ on a little bit. Miami.
I never thought Miami was going to be that good, so Miami was who I thought they'd be.
They are worse than I thought. I didn't think they were going to be very good. I thought they were more like a 7-8 win team. And then after A&M beat them, I still didn't think they were I didn't think A&M was a 5-7 team, but I did not think Miami was going to be a 5-7 team. I think they're a team that next year should be better than they were this year. I think they've been recruiting well, and I think it takes time for culture to change. But all that being said, they were worse than I thought, but definitely they weren't. I didn't think they were going to be that good.
So much of the hype for Miami last year was on Tyler Van Dyke, and I kept saying, I just don't see it.
Yep, you were the first one. Arkansas, I think they're about who I thought they were.
I didn't think they'd be as good as they were the year before, but I still thought they'd be formidable.
I wouldn't be surprised 7 wins or 8 wins from them. That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
And A&M did beat them, and after the game, I thought maybe they are better than I gave them credit for in that game.
I think Mike Evans is arguably the most underrated, great player in our league. And I think what's going to happen with Mike, and I think this is unfortunate to a degree, but in, 3, 4, 5 years, whenever Mike's done, and all of a sudden we start thinking about Hall of Fame, you have to think of, he's a Hall of Famer. But I think it's going to take some people around the country like, wait a second, I would have known more about Mike Evans, and that's the way he's a Hall of Fame. Like, no, you look at what he's done, 1,000-yard season every season in the league with Jameis Winston, with Ryan Fitzpatrick, with Tom Brady. He did it with everybody. It didn't matter the quarterback that was out there. And I remember a long time ago, David, back going into the 2014 season, I remember I put Mike at number 6 in the Harris 100. And I remember there were people like, come on, man. Johnny made that guy. Johnny made Mike great. I mean, maybe we look back and think, Johnny was great on his own, but maybe Mike made Johnny even that much better. Mike's a freakazoid, and I think he strings together. If Mike's career is over at the end of this year, Mike should go to Hall of Fame. There's no player that would play that period of time with 1,000-yard seasons every single season and put up the numbers Mike has and the championship that Mike has in 2020.
So what's going on in your world, buddy? Busy?
Yeah, I mean, the added coverage of the transfer portal this year has been, as I've said numerous times on this show, it's very fly by the seat of your pants, in and out, in terms of, think about Sam McCall. They got him out of the transfer portal with hardly a whisper about that they were even in on him. So we're doing the best we can to kind of keep up with who's coming in, who's going out. Billy's all over the who's going out kind of thing. But there are targets out of the transfer portal. There are new names coming in every day. Seems like, what's happened in Stillwater is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
When you look at the amount of talent that has left that program at Oklahoma State you started with Mason Cobb, and all the way up to today and yesterday with John Paul Richardson going in, Bryson Green, another one of their top receivers, went in. Boogie Johnson, Stephon Johnson, who's a kid out of Lancaster, went in today, like just a few minutes ago, another receiver. So I don't know what's going on up there for Mike Gundy, but there's a mass exodus there at Stillwater. And, it's like that across the country. And, who knows what's going to happen in the next 3 or 4 days after the national championship game. Are there kids at TCU that are unhappy? Are there kids at Georgia that are unhappy? Have there been kids at Ohio State and Michigan that are unhappy? You saw, forget the kid's name, he's a linebacker at Michigan, just went in, starting linebacker. There was one of the better linebacker prospects at LSU just went in yesterday. So keeping track of this thing, it's kind of like drinking out of a fire hose, but
it's very hard to give people advice when it comes to money and their future and whatnot. But as a former player, as a guy who's played at the next level, and as a guy who's seen guys take advantage of the next level and also maybe not being able to go as high as they expected and lose out on some money, how would you advise Ainias with this decision, considering he had a major injury too?
Yeah, he's in a unique situation. We know that he's able to play at the next level, but we don't know to what extent that's it. Coming off an injury and trying to go in and be one of the top guys taken, that's going to be a huge challenge for him. In the day and age of NIL and what it presents, we know that there are opportunities for him to be able to make money at this level. So, for me, college was the best experience that I had. The NFL is what it is. It was a lifelong dream. I got an opportunity to live that dream. But I had the most fun and I have the most lifelong friends from my days playing at A&M. So, for me, I would advise him, obviously I don't know his complete situation, but if he loves the college game as much, as I did, maybe stay another year, make sure that he puts some things on tape for those scouts, for those NFL GMs to let them know, listen, I'm back. The injury is not an issue. Go make plays this year, and then be able to take advantage of that NIL, and to be able to make the money. You're not going to probably make what the rookie minimal and things are these days, but you can make a pretty good living at the college level, by taking advantage of that NIL.
All right, Savage. Can we call you Macho Man or nah? Did
Macho Man? No.
No?
No, I don't. Not a fan of that.
Can you do
No, because last time I did it, I got roasted by you and Billy. So
just do it.
I will not. No.
Come on, just do it. Just try it.
What does it sound like?
Ooh yeah, brother.
Everyone back here is going to be like, "What the heck?" Ooh yeah, brother.
They did turn around.
It's for the rewind, guys. Relax. They are all roasting me now too. So,
yeah, but that's the best part of it because people always make fun of me. Sometimes we got to make fun of you, Nick.
That's fair.
Tell them what to do.
You got to like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe at TexAgs. Share with your friends. That too.
That was Dalton, and that was unfortunate. What did he say?
He said USA hockey is do or die.
Okay. I need to go watch reality.
Big hockey guys back here.
Yeah, too much hockey going on. Look, okay. Why is there not? Okay, I'm going to close the show with this. I talk soccer literally 9 minutes a year. and people come after me. All Dalton and Richard ever say is something about hockey. That's it. Go after them. That's it. Dramatic pause. Over.